Hey guys, sorry for the wind and all that. But I wanted to come on here and talk about this real quickly because we all know about the whole issue with Grand Slam, right? You know, the Grand Slam Australia show, which happened this past Friday into Saturday down in Brisbane, Australia. And I do apologize for those vibrations. I'm recording this on my phone, so you might hear some vibrations here and there. But we all know about this chick stuff too. But we all know about the whole situation there with Brisbane, right? How originally it was supposed to be at Suncorp Stadium, which holds about 50,000 K, and if you subtract the setup of the stage and all that, probably about 40,000, 35,000 K. We do know about that debacle there. You know, everybody's been talking about it, basically how people feel scammed and everything, and like, hey, we paid premium price for these good seats and we got shit seats instead when it got moved. They couldn't get refunds or discounts or whatever. They couldn't get nothing in return, no compensation or no compensation, if you will. They didn't get no severance package, if you want to look at it that way. No compensation or anything like that. They didn't get nothing. They didn't get nothing for all the crap they went through because there was no communication. Tony Khan and his team didn't communicate saying, hey, this is what's going on, this is why, hey, we'll refund you about 75% of your price and all that, and here you're gonna have some decent seats and everything. They didn't do anything like that, and that's what got AEW and Tony Khan the reputation they got when it came to the show, and got the show the reputation it got as being nothing more than a scam, nothing more than a facade, if you will. So you can only imagine how people felt when they got worse. They went from potentially having some premium seats in this 50,000 K, venue to having worse seats, in the smaller venue. You can only imagine how they felt when some of them, as they were entering the venue, just before they went to the seats, because obviously when you walk through the venue, to the section where your seats are, you can kind of see like the staging or whatever the setting or whatever being touched up, getting or having the final touches put to it for whatever you're watching there, right, or whatever you're going to see there, right? Well, imagine their reaction that okay, they're upset that they're not getting a refund, they're not getting this and everything. Imagine how they feel, if you will. Imagine how they feel. As I just fixed my sandal here for a second. But imagine how they must feel if suddenly they're going to this venue. They're like, fine, we bought these tickets, we can't get a refund or anything, we might as well just enjoy it. And hopefully these seats, they're going to be worse than what they're going to be worse than what we would have had, are not as bad. So imagine, as you're going into the venue and you're looking and you're getting a sneak peek of the area. You're getting a sneak peek of the area of like where everything is set up, and you notice that the ring is a lot smaller. You're thinking, wait a minute, why is that ring, maybe it's my eyes, but why does that ring seem a little smaller than usual? And then as you get to your seat in the section you're at, you see that, oh my gosh, this ring is small. It's not the standard AEW ring. And you start hearing the same from other people all around, other people that are, right next to the ring. They're the front row. They're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And then you're watching it on tape delay, and you're seeing it yourself, and you're like, what is this, right? And then you're hearing all these reports. You're hearing all these reports and everything, as my sandal came off again. But you're hearing all these reports coming out that AEW and mostly Tony Khan, like I said, you're hearing all these reports that Tony Khan and those at AEW didn't ship their standard 20 by 20 ring or 18 by 18 ring or whatever it is. Basically, the kind of ring you see them use, here in the States when they went to All In, in London, when they went to Cardiff and everything, you didn't see that. Instead, you saw a very smaller ring. And you're thinking, what's going on here? And then later on, after the show, I'm sure those of you that attended it, after the show, a lot of you, like a lot of us in the States and around the world, are hearing reports coming in that, they didn't take into consideration of shipping a ring down, or that the cost would have been too much. And you're saying, wait a minute, Tony, you and your family are one of the richest families in the world. How is shipping your ring, even though it takes like 3 to 6 weeks, about a month and a half, maybe half a month to a month and a half, how is that going to be expensive to you? How is that going to hurt you financially? That's like chump change to you, right? That's chump change. But obviously, Tony Khan didn't take that into consideration. Or maybe, in my opinion, he probably thought, oh, all rings are the same. It's not going to matter. No, that's not right. That's not right. I mean, what is he thinking? WWE, just because they used their ring, what was this? Used a ring, basically used their ring. But what was his thoughts? That, oh, they got a ring from basically the people in Perth, and that was basically the same size. No, WWE has all the rings stored internationally in warehouses. They have little mini headquarters, if you will, across the globe that are in charge of these things. But obviously he wasn't thinking straight. He was not thinking straight whatsoever. And what happens? What people view live in the arena, what people view on television and tape delay, is not the ring that AEW is known for. Because one, the ropes are a lot thicker and it's a lot smaller. You could see that. I mean, every time I see a wrestler that could be like 7 feet tall, maybe close to that, competing in this ring, it's almost like that person, if they fall into the mat, can take up most of the ring. And that's pretty much the same thought a lot of people had when they saw this. They're thinking, man, if that Satnam Singh guy they have falls in that ring, he takes up most of it. The point is, everybody saw that, very noticeably. And yet you have all these people defending the fact that that's not true. This was 18 by 9. This was the standard 18 by 18. This was, 20 by 20. And it's like, no, it wasn't. Even anybody, even a blind person can see it. No offense. Even the thing is, it's like Tony Khan should have prepared better. Whether relocating or not, he should have prepared better. Because like I said, even a blind person, no offense when I say this, even a blind person could see that this was not the same kind of ring. And then you're getting reports all around that it was a ring supplied to them by Kyle Fletcher's home promotion, or one of the promotions he helps in or, started in, PWA, Pro Wrestling Australia, I think. And it's like, once you start hearing that, and there's more people backing that up, and then you hear from your own talent in a tweet that they had to delete, that yeah, the ring was a lot smaller. It's like, why are you denying this? Now, I know JD from NY206 will come out and say, Sean Ross Sapp, is on the take with AEW, and maybe he is getting paid a little bit under the table, but I don't think Sean Ross Sapp is totally in charge of Fightful completely. Like, he has some say, but I don't think he's like the guy that sometimes is the be-all, end-all. I think there's somebody else, I don't know who, and, Sean's like one that upper tier of people that run the company, or run the business, if you will. And I think he only gets, news that he'll get the news himself, but and everything, but he'll also probably just he'll also get news from those a little higher than him, and those that are higher than him, they will say, hey, what if people ask about the ring, because obviously they have contacts in AEW, he'll say, Tell him this. Tell him it's the right size ring. And I'm sure Sean Ross Sapp could tell that's not the right size ring, but he has to go with what he's told, or else he's going to lose his job. Let's be honest. That's a fact for everyday work, especially if you make good money. But yeah, there's no doubt, in my opinion, that even Sean Ross Sapp himself can tell that, but he had to just report what he was told. He had to report what he was told. Same with Sports Illustrated, and let's be honest, people in Sports Illustrated, they don't pay that much attention to wrestling, okay? They're only told what they're supposed to be told and they go with it. Let's be honest with that. They don't pay that much attention to the size of a ring or anything like that. They just go with what they're told. And that's it. End of discussion. So a lot of people any reports you get, sometimes, they'll just go with what they know because they don't pay much attention to the dynamics or the dimensions of a ring. And the same with, and the same goes with people that are told, hey, just say this, but they know it's not true, but they go with it because they don't want to lose their job. Look, Tony Khan, again, like I said, Tony Khan has no one but himself to blame. And he's telling Australia, we'll see you in 2026. You know what I said to myself the moment I saw that tweet, that he put out, as well as what he's obviously what it says, for the end of the show. See you, hey, Australia, see you in 2026. You know what I said to myself? I said, no, you won't. No, you won't. You will not see Australia in 2026 because they ain't letting you in. But if they do, I want you to notice something. Even if they do make that trip back down next year, I want you to think about this. He said, see you, Australia. He didn't say, see you, Brisbane. No, he didn't. He said, see you in 2026. But he didn't say, see you, Brisbane, Australia in 2026. He just said, see you, Australia. He did that on purpose. He did that because he knows he's not going to get welcomed back in Brisbane. He knows that. He knows that. So the thing is with the ring is that they should have known better. They should have known better. Okay? You're supposed to be the second biggest wrestling promotion in the world, outside of WWE and internationally outside of the likes of New Japan and all that. And yet you can't afford, and the thing is, this is what gets people. Tony Khan and his family can't afford to ship down for mere chump change their ring, or at least one of their rings. They can't do that. My only guess is Tony Khan on a spending limit now. Is his dad telling him, no, you can't, you can't do that. You're not shipping a ring down there. That's too much. Is Tony telling him, no, it's fine. It's chump change for us. And what is Shad Khan saying? Like, nope, you're spending too much now. I'm limiting you. Is that what's going on? If that's the case, then Tony, come on out and say it. You want fans to be on your side, come out and just tell the truth. Say, yeah, the ring was not our standard ring. It was a ring on loan from another company, da-da-da. And, just have him come out and say, look, I tried to get my dad to, or I tried to get our ring down there, but my dad limited in my expenses. I can't do it. Is that the case? We don't know. I mean, here's what the comparison people will make when it comes to, let's say, WCW. Even in their dying days, WCW was able to ship a ring down, a standard ring down internationally to the UK, or into Australia. They were able to do that without an issue. So, yeah, they need to get their act together. They got this whole rest of 2025 to get their act together and plan better for the future. That's all I can say. But yeah, this is not a good look for them. I think anybody that noticed it, would say the same thing. But yeah, this on top of lying to the customers and everything, not a good look for them. Not a good look whatsoever. And again, they got the rest of this year to make up for it, and hopefully they do. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys, on this. Comment if you like. Follow, click on all the links where you can find my content elsewhere here on the internet. But give me your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this whole debacle for AEW and Tony Khan, and mostly with the ring situation? Let me know. What are your thoughts on that? Could you even see it, as plain as day as that this is not the same ring? I mean, even the ropes were thicker. Let's be honest. Those were a lot thicker. Those are like independent ropes. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below, and I'm out.